You know, when we got here, I was thinking, awesome, I'm going to get to spend closer time with my family. We're only about 8 hours from, Indiana, Michigan. Our 2 daughters were in college up north. I was thinking, great, this is awesome, I don't have to take airplanes anymore. We were just in a really great place. We found a church we were happy with. Just, you couldn't ask for anything more. Everything was where it was supposed to be. So starting probably around April, my husband started to feel a little bit of a shift at work. You can tend to feel people around you and, kind of feel the different body language, and things were starting to shift and change. And one day he went into work and they said, without any warning, without any sign, you're without a job. Financially, it was devastation to our family, and it took a huge toll on us. So much to the point to where I felt like, was this the wrong choice? Did we just make the biggest mistake of our life? I just felt very hopeless in it. And I didn't know what was God's plan in this. Where was He supposed to be taking us on this journey? And I just felt very lost. And so much to the point where I was blaming myself. Here we just left our home. We traveled here to be closer to our family. I thought that's what God wanted for us, He wouldn't open a door if He wouldn't want us to go. And so I was kind of in my own little spiritual warfare with myself. My husband and myself just were at a point of loss and desperation of where were we going to be. It wasn't just a matter of me battling things, we were losing things. And it was, where do we go? I was to the point to where I just was thinking, God is not hearing me. He's not listening. He's just not hearing any of my prayers. And you think when you pray that God is listening to you, and you think that if you just do all these things in your life, that everything's just going to be okay, and that He's going to answer those prayers. And I know in the back of my mind, the whole time I'm angry and I'm mad at God, I'm thinking, it's God's timing. It's not my timing. And it wasn't just a battle of that. There were so many other things. I had moved here not just for our jobs, but to be close to my family. I had just lost my dad a year ago. I moved to be closer to my mom. I had all these feelings of anger and injustice at this moment, because I'm thinking, you just took away my financial means to go see my family. And that's where I was angry and mad, because I couldn't help the people that I wanted to help. And I thought, why would God take this away from me? So in that moment, and for months, I struggled and I battled it back and forth. And it was just a matter of wrapping my head around His Word to understand where He was going in this. What direction was He leading me? Because certainly it didn't look good to me on any level. During our journey in seeing where God was changing things and making us understand that, He's not leaving us out to the wolves, like He has us in this. Like He wrapped His arms around us throughout this process, and for us to understand that, even though it may have looked gleam and it looked rough for us, He was still there. And part of that was the church. Between listening to the sermons on Sunday and hearing His Word and praying and being vigilant in that, I started to see that there was a pattern of things. There was little things. There were the fact that the bills were paid. Even when I didn't know where the money was coming from, like the bills got paid. And it wasn't that anybody was giving it to us. It was just the right timing on everything. God was providing it for us along the way, even when we didn't see it. And then it came to a point where my husband never gave up. And he always knew that God had a plan. And during the process, he continued to keep looking and searching until he knew he could find something that could provide for his family. Probably about 2-3 weeks ago, God answers a prayer. And out of nowhere, here comes this job. It's the same exact salary that he lost back in May. It's the same exact money. It's everything that we needed. One of the biggest things about being a Christian is that we're probably one of our hardest critics. We're harder on ourselves because we expect so much more from ourselves because we know what Jesus sacrificed for us. And so when you know that and you feel that and you feel like you've let Him down or you're not living this life that He wants you to live, and live in His name and His word, and just be faithful in it. Like, to me, everything that I've learned this year reminds me that no matter how weak I am, He's stronger than me. And all I have to do is put my heart and my mind and my soul into Him, and He's going to pull me through it. Don't stop praying. Don't stop believing. Don't give up on God, because He never gives up on you.